Hello, everybody, and welcome back to... Oh, where is it? There it is, my button, the archive. Sorry I'm late tonight, fellows. Slight technical issues. Immediately might notice. I don't know how noticeable it is. I finally have a backlight. I was trying to get the backlight set up. Well, not the backlight setup, but trying to adjust the green screen settings to properly acclimate to the fact that there is now a very bright light shining at me in order to sort of negate the problem of, the green zones in games that completely fuck with me. But finally, it only took me a year and a half of streaming to finally get not only a green screen, but also a backlight. But we're here, and we are back with Final Fantasy XIV. As I said last week when we were playing, I do want to... Okay, my settings are seemingly not perfect, but I'll get them adjusted and fixed for Wednesday stream. As I said last week, I wanted to... I wanted to sort of get more back into streaming 3-4 times a week. Outside of my normal, outside of the Pathfinder games. Unfortunately, 4 times a week might not happen, outside, including the Pathfinder games. We'll definitely be hitting 4 streams a week. I'm aiming currently for 3+ those, but mainly due to the fact that with work especially and how often I close, it's going to be tough doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday and Pathfinder on Friday, and then my other game on Saturday, and then Pathfinder again on Sundays. It's just queuing up every single night of the week for me. I gotta have one day off, one night to myself, But regardless, we are here with Hildibrand Adventures. After our cute little Christmas stream last week, I also promised that we'd, for a couple weeks, just kind of, do some little bite-sized Hildibrand stream. So I'm thinking like an hour and a half once a week just for these. Get me back into the routine of sort of, streaming 3 weekdays a week, outside of the Pathfinder shit. So, and after that, we'll be back to, hopefully, streaming 3 days of actually, 4-hour things. But I don't really need to go into any more effort, I think I explained it well enough, I think. And, I've already killed 4 minutes of our time tonight now, and I'm already almost an hour late. So let's just go ahead and get started, huh? The science of deduction. Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target? It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is a part of an Ishgardian noble's collection. Or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been stolen. It has been purchased by an Uldan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I not to investigate her. And should the duelist strike while I am present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I am told she is a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort Tootsie in Camp Drybones sells. You can come along if you'd like. Okay, I guess. I don't really know how this is going to help us with our... Well, no. I do know how this is going to help us with our investigation. But, what the fuck is Hildibrand doing during all of this shit? Honestly, I think the backlight is really helping. I'm a little washed out. I need to adjust some of the settings, I wish I could turn down the brightness on the light a little teeny bit, but it's not a traditional backlight. It's more like an LED sign that I just am, like, using as both, you know? I like to improvise, you know? I've only got so much space in this room. My office here is very small. I don't have a ton of room to put, like, just streaming lamps or anything, so I gotta work with what I have. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Was it for love or money that you killed him? It was you? Have you gone mad? That was an Amalja arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Amalja don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves, for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers portray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again, I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? What the fuck is happening? Am I witnessing a soap opera in real time? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that. And yet, he... Damn, I thought he did it for the money. You two, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thanks for the help, Inspector. At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildibrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildibrand. We should get going. Lady Dorilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. Who's the fancy gentleman? Yep, we'll use the Aetheryte ticket. Just save me the money of teleport fees. There's gotta be a way to get more of those to, like, negate some of the, teleportation costs and shit. God, I haven't been to Vesper Band long enough, I almost forgot how to get to where I'm going. Actually, I could have probably just used, don't I still have Aetheryte tickets? I do. Could have just used one of those. In here? Again? As I told the last 22 who came before, if you come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. Is flower really gonna change your mind? Did you really think I'd be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect. What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging. Like mine. Now, get out. Forgive us, Lady Dorilda, we meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warning otherwise. A notorious violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Yes, I read the mithril. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized, or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Oh, I can only imagine who this gentleman is. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look upon my peerless inspector interlopers and despair. I mean, it's definitely going to be Hildibrand. Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must oblige. Oh my god. I swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. My lady, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well? Or perchance in pursuit of me? As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent... To be fair, you're not spending a single gil on me. Ah, this is the guy you hired. That makes more sense. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry, I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Briarden, consulting inspector. At your service, my lady. Conniving inspector? Consulting inspector. Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildibrand Manderville and Nashu Makaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at the profession of which they know not. Call me when you've finished with these wastrels. You see, I do not want nor need your help. Briarden is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you. Where have you been, Maria? And where's my vase? There was this strange flying thing, and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect, at which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacy. Fuck. Give me a moment. Intricacies, I'm pretty sure. I know English. I swear. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies. And yet you're saying it out loud for everybody to hear. Not when spoken aloud. Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? I picked up the vase in Ulda like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge, and then the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nafika's wells. I want to go and look, but there were scary-looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. All 4 of you. I'm going after Inspector Briardine. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? Because that's my job, you imbecile. Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away. You don't even know what the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen. If it gets dangerous, or if you feel afraid, you are to run to this adventurer for help, understand? It's fun. I fucking love this questline so far. It is phenomenal. Where am I going? Nafika's Wells? You know, it's crazy to me that I didn't even know about these quests until I was told about them. Like, with how these quests are set up and just how fucking hilarious they are. I figured it would have been something I would have at least heard in passing. That girl that what run by earlier? Aye, I seen her. It had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road, whatever it was. It's long gone by now. I mean, it could have fallen or got dropped somewhere where it didn't immediately shatter. A vase? Well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. Hello. A pox upon that thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. Huh? A vase? I know not of what you... Curse this infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. What do you got here? Is it the vase? Do I spy the treasured face of Lady Durilda over there? Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird that absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon your vase. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildibrand will think of something. Oh, but I already have my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as the rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. But first we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find. Why does this feel so familiar? How could I have been so careless? Yeah, I can't help but notice, Guy, that you have a very unique model. You're not just some guy dressed up in a normal glamour. That's a very unique model you have there. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid. Let's have a look. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all. There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing the vase. A man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as one would of a great warrior. Once, a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ul'dah, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His was the last shop the thieves struck, for the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades had never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of a thief who kept muttering the words, "The hammer, the hammer." Sounds dangerous. Aye, that he does, and I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and this is my companion Enkidu. Well, not really. It has been many moons since I last saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. What? In any case, you mean to search for this goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome. If it is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most like to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fog in northern Thanalan. It is there where we shall begin our search. Okay. So Gilgamesh is some powerful or some weird-looking guy, samurai-like guy, which kind of makes sense. With a fucking chicken painted fucking green, huh? That's certainly not what I was expecting out of fucking Gilgamesh. Even outside FF lore, Gilgamesh is like one of my favorite, like, mythological figures. Really cool stories around him. The goblin's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around? Clearly, that thing... Did he bash the skull in of a fucking basilisk with a hammer? The basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. A single blow to the head. Impressive. Yeah, there's a sword in that guy's head. The Doblin, the Basilisk, this Airyman, were all slain with a hammer, as was the beast over yonder, unless I'm mistaken. Oh my god. That chimera must have been his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it has come to this. Though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance. What? What? Huh? I cannot avert mine eyes. That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good woman, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead, though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions. I must bequeath to you the Manderville. As much as I want to say I'm not doing that, I don't think I have a choice. What the fuck? Why is that man naked? What? We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Once you must use that knowledge, or now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen chimera and dance out like only a Manderville can. Oh, that's not a sword. That's like, I guess that's a hammer? What the fuck is that? What the Fancy yourself a Mandeville man? You would do what only a Mandeville can? Then lift your legs and put up your hands and be a Mandeville man. He comes. What? Oh, you have not to fear from me. Not at all. The only accounts I came to settle were with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that? But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? You good, Hildibrand? Hildibrand? By the grace of Thal, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? What the absolute fuck is going on? What the fuck? Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian. Oh god. Oh my god. Yep. Shorter Hildibrand stream today, full Final Fantasy XIV stream on Wednesday as normal. Oh, again! You just got those close! Oh my god. 10 years, Hildibrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead? Son? You are Hildy's father? Wait, what? Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique face must be made whole once more, for the sake of Miss Maria. Do not worry, little ones. I will deal with these, with worse cases, before my morning bowel movement. What? How the fuck Hold your applause until the end. Beauregard, guide my hammer. Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that this is a work of art? You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense! I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. I hope you're paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of enquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others, too. Innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter. You will understand in due time. No, I will not. I am an inspector, Father. I can be naught else. Mr. Godbert, sir? I don't think my mother's gonna like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildibrand help with the investigation. We cannot say that for certain, can we? Mayhap she will take a liking to this reimagining. What the fuck is that face? What the fuck was that? You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens that I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. Enkidu as well, I should think. I see you too possess a strong sense of justice. Well, glad I am to have met you, Greg. Now let us return to Vespa Bay and see how our vase is received. Vespa Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials. Oh, I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me. I shall follow anon. I thought the first couple missions were fucking insane, but that was a fucking... That went from already like 110 to like fucking 500% on the insane chart. Holy fuck. I hope she likes it. Oh, so that motherfucker put together a vase with hammer and nails. I didn't even think that was possible. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now, see here, Lady Dorilda, not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... gaudy trash... Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. You want to put on... I don't think those shorts really fit. You want to maybe get something a little longer? Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets your satisfaction. Oh, it does, my lady, it does indeed. Especially that exquisite face over yonder, although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? Oh, I don't like it. I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. Oh, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. No, but what am I repeating what my son Hildibrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist's threats. Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbear Manderville, the man who took Quiveron's seat on the Syndicate? It appears there has been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector Briarden. One of those names. Hey, Briarden. What's up, homeboy? Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Dorilda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the treaty blade through a merchant called Jajonpa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Dorilda's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Oh, I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thieves strike, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folk along each route. The real treaty blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Okay, what was the stretch for? Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description? You never thought to ask Humphrey, did ya? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd. A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Corthus. And I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come or don't, I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Towering red brute, huh? Only thing I'm missing here is a halberd. Craig, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. The victim described him as a halberd-wielding brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. Hildibrand, please. It is clearly Gilgamesh. A ridiculous outfit. Oh, now I am intrigued. What reasons could a warrior? Yeah, something. What reasons indeed? It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. That damnable demon bird continues to elude me, but no longer. Soon I shall claim my revenge and weapon both. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk in accordance with Inspector Briardean's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. Oh, I'm sure this will go great. I can just tell that stealth and subterfuge is like one of your strong suits, huh? Also, if Gilgamesh is coming with us, and he's the fucking thief. Oh, God. Oh, this is not gonna end well. Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade. Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us. More small folk. Keep an eye on them. Or else. But sir, bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. Now you come in after the main sergeant has left, huh? Okay. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requisite beating. Ha ha! Now you go back. Good, you're still... Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ha! You speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief, as we are. Come, Nashu, we too must answer to the call of duty. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're undermanned over there. I like how every, not outsider just sees us as the only one who is actually worth anything. You see that just now? No? I don't think my eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector, over there, look! What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha! I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought we might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here overlong. We must egress post-haste. Where the fuck did he go? There is not out of the ordinary here either. No luck, We have scoured every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12, is that the selfsame spear which propelled me to the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Wait, propelled you to the Red Moon? When you say you traveled to... You've traveled there on a fucking spear? Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should the worst come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the Observatorium. Every time fucking Ellie turns around. Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? 'Twas not the selfsame creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon was close by. You sense it too, don't you? It's a chicken that you painted green. I don't think it senses much. Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in others it is quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade. It was welded a musket barrel. 'Twas one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearn to reclaim it. The strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to 2. The strongest of spears! I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Grr. Now you call me Shirley. No matter. Give it to me. Give it to me. This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what? I have done naught wrong. Bah, you are all beyond reason. Ah, yes. My plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. Wait, what? We're doing a thing? Which way did he go? Did you see? His name isn't really Greg, is it? Lest you find my advice unsporting, I remind you that our duty supersedes any misbegotten notions of honor you may possess. I mean, I could probably take him. Like, I just swap over to Black Mage and do it unsynced and just fucking kick his ass. Well, where's the fun in that? Again, buddy, you really gotta start not getting yourself in these situations. Nashu? Miss Ellie? Ah, my good woman, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you've doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yes, it was I behind these doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me, and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you the leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh, it's embiggening time. Oh, wow, yeah, that's... Huh. You could just do that, huh? It's really cool that when they built this bridge, they planned on a boss arena in the middle of it. You know, the architects, smart move on the architects' part. Hildibrand, you good buddy. Do not worry about me, my friend. I shall extricate myself in due time. Alright, battle on the big bridge. Oh, wait a bit for the queue. If it takes too long, I'll just swap to a class that, or a job that's above, like, level 70, and I'll just solo. But, you know, I feel like, you know, waiting a little bit for the original intended experience of doing Party Finder or Duty Finder here. I was not expecting a trial. I will say that. I was kind of expecting these to just be gag quests where I don't do any combat or anything. I just read dialogue and sort of relax. But, you know, I'm always game for more side content to pop up and do every once in a while. Now we wait. And I don't know what to do when we wait, because the last thing that I did while I was waiting was this, the Hildibrand questline. So I guess we are just gonna chill for a bit. Yep. Well, I guess I could check a couple things. Yep, I completed my my rogue hunting logs. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I guess I could swap over to Black Mage and do some fate grinding for more Zodiac Light, but it gives so little it's not worth the time. But what else do I do in this period? Okay, actually, I have an idea. Is there any... In the new zones I unlocked, is there any of the map that I haven't quite unlocked yet? Yes. Yeah, we can go to Othard and do some of the, finish, mapping out the area. While we wait, gotta get something. believe pulling double booty is... Yep, it gives an Aether Current. This is worth doing. The fuck was that noise? Holy shit. I've... Listen, I don't have a ton of time to read this cutscene, alright? The queue probably won't pop while I'm doing this quest, but there's no reason not to think that it might. This is a much longer series of dialogues than I thought it was going to be. You know, I could just fast travel to the Ruby Bazaar. Pier 1. Okay. You can have your flag and your thing back. We'll take... Yeah, we'll take those. Not better than my current, but, you know, it's something. And that's definitely faster. Alright. Let's finish clearing out the map. At least I'm assuming I can do that. Oh. Never mind. It's time for the battle on the big bridge. I know that's an earlier Final Fantasy reference. I just don't remember which one Final Fantasy IV? Oh shit, my portrait broke.
I admit it. Fighting all in is just too much for me.
Okay.
Not? Ha! I lied! Everything! Why, I've been there! Ah, but the storm is so weird. I feel so strange. Goodness gracious. I, remembered something.
Okay. Okay, that's funny. I like this. This is a much different type of trial.
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. I will pound you, silly! Aha! Rocket punch! I won't let out so easily. Rocket punch!
Okay. I expected that to go through like one more cycle. That finishes really fast.
Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
That's fucking hilarious. We'd look so fucking done at the end of that. Holy shit, that was fucking good. Oh my god, this is just literally fucking perfect. Why, Greg? Why? Are you dead again, Inspector? Oh, nope, not you. How many swords did he drop off? Wait, doesn't that one there look just like Elazar's sword? But even to my untrained eye, this is obviously a counterfeit blade. And so is this one. And this one. What in the world? Alone, yet still armed. In any case, he seems satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. That was fucking something. It's probably the fastest I've ever seen a fucking trial complete. Outside of, like, the non-hard mode, like, Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda trials. And it's really only Ifrit that finishes quickly. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briarden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where's my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. God. Oh my god. He looks so offended. If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briarden. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I have come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well. I, and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will once more accept your challenge. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon. dare you all laugh at a time like this after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And for you, Maria... Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Mandeville man. Mark my face, O phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the... That was fucking hilarious. I've a lit... Yeah, we'll go for a little bit longer. I don't know how long this quest chain line is. I know there's like... If they're doing a teeny tiny bit of research, I did not really research so much as just, you know, browsing the Reddit. They released new... What? They release more of these every expansion, so I would assume it's got a relatively large amount of stuff left. A case of indecency? I'm fucking sorry, what? Hey, what's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair? I guess we'll find out next time. What was that? Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating on my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Gugurimu, a prominent member of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it the girl is to be wed. And not just to anyone, mind you. To the heir of the Frugair Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast, so to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to tag along. Costa del Sol, huh? You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of... Ah, yes, the two-skill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I've spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. The brass blades of the Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen by the Sultanate. They say one of them caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Consulting Inspector Briardine, your reputation precedes you, and what, pray tell, would you propose? I've promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time round? A man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge. A precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden by using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I have already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vanus, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would his father, Morgant. Yalto Nolto and his wife, Sainada, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Gugurumu himself. Finally, we have Lowenhart, a steward of Gugurumu's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless the phantom thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildibrand Manderville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a malm away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Barradine. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we may not have seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak to you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside of Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Dorilda, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Intriguing. Where most would point out the sheer physical perfection of the disguise, you turn an eye within. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will, and yet, like you, this was of secondary concern to me. From movements to mannerism, to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Dorilda, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We're dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players have arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? Brass blade. Easily. Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry to Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 past days. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as a bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. I mean, crab. Not interested in you right now, giant crab. I have more important matters to attend to. Like this guy. Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Thank the gods. Please free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There. Now tell me all you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol. Had a briefing of sorts. Master Gugurumu gave us each our orders and who'd we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I know, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was, stripped of my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Gururumu. Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but, one was Morgant, father of the groom. The other was a Lalafelian gent from Limsa. Yalto Nalto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also that steward, Lewinhart. I was to review him with the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Organt, Yalto Nalto, and Lowenhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. I make no guarantees. He is very good at getting into trouble, and I've probably been gone, and he's probably done a lot of shit in the, 20 minutes it took us to find that guy. Ah, there you are, friend, and not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Briarden's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgant, Yalto Nalto, and the steward Leonhardt, you said. This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, will salve our thief in shackles before the inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there is one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. Oh, this is going to end poorly. Stand back, friend. This man, the man we pursue, is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Manderville men of ages past to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital. This is why you are my favorite assistants, Nashu. Now behold as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good morning, Master Gugurumu, and a fine morning it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. You've got the details, like, very wrong, my guy. Oh my god. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Guards? Guards! Now, old chocobos, Gugurumu. I recognize this lad. This is the Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire, come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude, eh, Vanis? Oh, Fen. This is the Hildibrand quest. Oh, there's something. They are definitely something. I don't know how else to describe it. The Phantom Thief. Balderdasher and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed, to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me after all, haha. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an fashion-challenged youth. How suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. That's me. That's me, Vanis. Ever calm in the face of danger. Truly is his father's son. A worthy heir to the Bruguiere Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Well, family, should I say. Oh. Which reminds me, Master Vanis, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasure in the realm will be hers once we are wed. The time-honored Manderville art of parley. We'd be sleeping with the fishes had Morgaunt not spoken up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Oops. Was I supposed to be taking this down? I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan? I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yolto, Nolto, and Lowenhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Oh, given how well that went, I'm sure this'll go even better. Where are they? Oh, I could see them from a fucking mile away. I've not seen your faces around here. With the East Aldenard Trading Company, are you? Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldenard Trading Company. Ha ha ha. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sainana's here's no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yalto Nalto and the Brugere Consortium, and this is me wife, Sainana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. Aye, I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all the matter of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, the lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make a salad out of You have heard of the Mandragoras, haven't you? But of course. I once spent a year honing body and mind with the Fist of Ralgar. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra whatsits a day. And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it that they will not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady, I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sienna. Forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd guess go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy. None of those three was suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu, we must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope? He of many faces will laugh last. The Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm? I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardine will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs which Master Lewinhart spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briardine will be back before long. Come, Nashu, this is no time to delay. Renting out Master Gigaruju's private property would be almost unthinkable for most folk. But Gil talks, and neither the Brugere Consortium nor the East Aldenard Trading Company are in any danger of running their coffers dry. Good food, good drink, and good tidings. That today's announcement will send even more gil flowing into our coffers only makes the wine taste all the sweeter. Oh, how I am looking forward to meeting Miss Arabella. They say many a song is sung of her beauty. Mind you, there was a song or two sung of me in the day. I don't have any suspects at the moment. Well, that's not entirely true. Out of the three that he was set to watch, one has a wife that keeps by his side very frequently. Maybe it's her. I don't know. I'm fucking dumb. I'm not gonna solve this early. And knowing this fucking, knowing the quest line so far, it's gonna be something fucking out of left field and fucking ridiculous. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Lewinhart spoke true. Egads! Are those explosives I spy concealed amongst these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. You missed the first half. The first half, well, not the first half. The first set, the first adventure, let's say. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't word it like that. Nashu, far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 could possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? I mean, it's really hard to explain through through just the dialogue. You missed a couple cutscenes that I'm not gonna. We'll get there when we get there. Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought, does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? No, we haven't solved any cases yet, really. So, I mean, we haven't gotten to the end of any case, so I guess it could devolve into that, but no, not quite. Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it is somewhat misdirected. Now set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking notes like the astute assistant you are. But the driftwood seems important. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briardine is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now, let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briardine explode a fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Oh, don't look now, but someone has returned at the worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briardine come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. We'll see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu, we shall return for your creations once Inspector Briardine has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. You know, originally I was only going to stream for a short amount of time, but I'm just going to go until the end of this set of this specific investigation. Because this is really fucking funny. So, Hildibrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Indeed. But enough about Hildibrand. She and I have been quite waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah, yes, that spot over there just by the crates should suffice. There of all places? But surely we could find somewhere more scenic. I am not here on vacation. I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have a conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy. Yes, Inspector. Privacy, indeed. Bloody hell, don't worry. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. There's that piece of driftwood. And the coconuts mixed in with the bombs. Is it just me, or is there a bit of chill in the air? But perhaps we should go someplace warm? I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I've identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Hialto Nalto, and Lowenhart. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... Are you, the 2 of you, listening? Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there is no need. Wait here, and I shall build us a fire. Methinks the Inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. Except that piece of driftwood that, wandered onto shore. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flintstone on my person. Oh, God. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the Inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for prosperity. Whee! It's flying! Oh, God. What have we here? Oh, no. I know where this is going. Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Could this be another challenge from the fiend? Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks like nothing. It looks nothing like his usual cards. See? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the Lapis Maiden alone that shall come to harm. Oh, God. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page? Confounding Inspector Briardine will meet a fiery demise. Yeah, should have figured as much. You saw through the fiend's ruse. But how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for wear. You have my gratitude. Hildibrand Manderville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance! Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods? Thal's teeth! Those vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of enquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail. Clearly, our thief has decided that my most prodigious intellect presents the greatest threat to his schemes. Perhaps he is more clever a man than I thought. Thanks to our quick thinking, the bombs are no more, and the inspector is none the wiser. 'Tis a shame to see good food go to waste, though. Those coconuts look positively luscious. I would ask how he survived an explosion at point-blank range, but something tells me that's one more mystery better left unsolved. Is that a fish? I'm getting hungry. So dumb. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not. The fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Gugurumu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods, this is no thief. This is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what matter of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall its name, but very closely resembled Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you worry too much, Master Lewenhart. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of those overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerbera proved unable to resist them. Oh, a formidable foe indeed. Were only there a brave soul in our midst with the want for taking on fearsome enemies, with not a shred of concern for her own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, yes, I shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. You truly are a godsend, adventurer. One Sundimal of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Gugurumu is like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together. Holy shit. Alright, where am I going? Lower decks. Oh, it's like right here. If you've come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell too late. As were we, blast it all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check on a shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Ah, he's the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend. The ferry docked by the fisherman's bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us swiftly be on our way. Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral turnip, a murderous turnip, a murderous eggplant, or summit like that. Think I jest, do ya? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye as it did mine. My eye. By the time I'd regained me wits, I'd already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined. Ruined! If I never see another bleedin' onion till the end of me days, it'll be too soon. To hear most say it, the mandragoras are a nasty lot. A right pain in the arse to the farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell you, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow frawns from our larders and tables is but the beginning. These bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes. A veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist. This muscle-bound fellow with the dim expression? I could have swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Bugger me, if it ain't the undead overlord what fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you... Why could it be? The adventurer what bested the thieving duelist in single combat? Well, bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true the duelist traveled with a demon bird whose crows could split the heavens? But that's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. But that's exactly what the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud, and I mean that literally. As we speak, the mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind in the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and uproot them before the harvest comes. Many a case I have solved in my day, but I've not matched wits with a sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra. Yeah, hostile gaze. It's just a fucking plant, whatever it is. This one's a little bit tougher to take out of the ground, huh? Buddy, you really gotta not get... How do you even end up like this all the time? Friend, my pursuit of the Mandragoras has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here somewhere. Oh, so you did this to yourself this time. Oh, it forces a fate. I don't even know why I'm really worried about this. They deal like 0 damage. Impeccably fought, my friend. I only wish I had seen the battle with my own eyes. You may go ahead on ahead to Costa del Sol. I shall be along as soon as I extricate myself. Okay. How the fuck did you get here before me? What took you so long, friend? The Isles of Umbra are but a short sprint away. I trust you have brought along the goods we've so bravely reclaimed. You return. I fear you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage. The stolen foodstuffs. You've saved my hide today. Oh, but I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Gregorumu is quite particular about his seasonings. Ooh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before. That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion, but it is time we return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us. The peppers have changed color. What is this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as our many-faced foe. A gentleman must needs investigate. A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Lewinhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate. But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant a purplish blue, or a bluish purple. The two colors really are quite similar when you think about it. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particularly sort of eyewear at the time. Ha! The charade is up. After the man. It is as I suspected all along. The goggles might have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed Nashu, the fiend must be brought to justice. Oh yeah, because the goggles have a red tint to them. So if you're looking at something blue, it might make it appear purple. Okay. This is not the quest I don't think I was looking for. I don't think this is the quest I was looking for. I don't know what quest this is. I have shit to do. What quest even is this? No. It beats me. Okay, well, anyway. You can run, but you cannot... Ha ha ha! If you thought you could outsprint this Manderville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Pretty sure this is the real one. Pretty sure this is just the regular guy. Done in by a snipper. A fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let us see what lies behind the mask. Yeah, you're the real one, huh? Where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella! I must find her at once! Oh, my head! It would seem this man wears no mask. This is the true Leonhard. I swear on my life that it is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me. Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him. There is still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It is unlikely that he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. More importantly, we now know that if the thief suffered a wound to his right hand, we simply need to return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Lewinhart back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety. Hey, I kicked your ass before, alright? I don't need to kick your little vegetable fucking ass again. Then it would appear that our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours. The game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? Oh, I'm going to Wineport, right. Going to talk to Arabella. Which, I don't know if I can actually fly over here from from this portion of the map. Certainly looks like I can. Saves me the Aetherite ticket. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once. Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman grown. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers. Lovely though these flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Please call me Hildy. The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true? I fear they are, Miss Arabella, but you're still your gentle heart. For as long as Hildibrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Manderville name. God smile upon me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion, and yet... You seem pensive, milady. Something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vanus. Why, I have not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift, a treasure for my treasure. Wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is. It might as well be a golden shackle. Miss Arabella, you must not say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met? Unconscionable. Father says this marriage must happen, that it is for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true Uldan, but if I may be so bold, would I be correct in assuming you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as a servant rather than son. You may think Father a cold and miserly man, but to me he's the man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I will learn to love Vanus, if that will make Father happy. You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days. If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I as well must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time for our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Mandeville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art that I would impart to you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations. Or failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me. I must return to the estate to prepare for the banquet. Till we meet again, friend. Yeah, I'm sure this will go perfectly. Nothing's gonna go wrong, like the vegetables attacking again or anything. Inspector Briardine, I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? I have canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match for our own. There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. But, Inspector, Vanus and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the inspector here will think of something. Me? What do you propose? You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up, or the like? You know, like you always do. Inspector Briardine, I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Vanus. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what must needs be done. The poor sop lacks even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand, we must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying about. Perfect. Find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you're wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them as you will. Don't make me walk all the way, don't make me fly all the way back there. Oh, thank God. Greetings, friend. Oh, what's this you have for me? A disguise. Hopefully it'll work. Servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into those clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight. But the ceremony, Father will be furious, and Lord Vanus... We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens, and almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do what this inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. Lewin, if Father heard you say such things... I should have said them long ago, but by not doing so I have put your life in danger. But besides, we have not one but 2 skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Bring Mrs. Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now, let us return before the festivities begin. Oh, I can only imagine how this is going to end poorly. Ah, you return! Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vanus at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Yeah, here's the dress. I don't know what you want to do with it, but, why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it, but worry not, I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vanus before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Briardine and I have had the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities? Oh, God. This is not gonna go well, is it? I don't know what he's gonna do with that dress, and I don't want to know. Curses. How am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business associates, 'tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Brugere Consortium and the East Aldenard Trading Company. We trust that you've been enjoying the food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation. The Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales of her beauty are true, Vanis is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yalto Nolto, Sainana, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son Vanis, future chair of the Brugere Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gugurumu, of the East Aldenard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows ere today, all that the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing for ages to come. Damn you, Hildibrand Manderville, you had one job! Oh, God. She's beautiful. Were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride, after all. Milady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. Oh my God, Hildebella. My sun and stars. Yes, yes, 1,000 times. Yes, I am yours and shall be forevermore. What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Not quite what I had intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vanis, or shall I call you by another name? The Thief of Many Faces. Me, the thief? Are you mad? It appears that my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Gugurumu, and her steward, Lewinhart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vanis, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces. And anyone else with half their wits about them. Oh my God, holy shit. How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest that pervert at once. Lock him up in jail and throw away the key. Arabella? Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. No, maybe he is actually the thief. The glove on his right hand. Could it be? Holy shit! Hildibrand was right! Not for the right reason, of course, but for... Oh, so you finally show yourself. Oh, you wanted the jewel. The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! You came all this way from me? You love me. You really, really love me. The attention is most flattering, but I will have taken what I came for, and now I must away. My lords, my ladies, till we meet again. I hear that the real Vanus was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I could have ever hoped for. Vanus and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it's for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildibrand, who has taught me this lesson. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue. Yet in the end, he only took her neckpiece. Now that you mention it, Master Gugurinu told me about the clasp when it first arrived. Engraved to the mark of the Sun Goddess, it is one of the most treasured pieces from the Bruguiere collection, known by many as Azima's virtue. And the maiden's virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. Over here, Inspector, it says, made you look? The fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. If nothing else, it appears that the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the Phantom Thief. Most certainly. That was fucking hilarious. The parlay minigame is now available? I didn't even know that was a thing. But good to know, I guess. Oh, we're getting a sneak peek of the next episode. To the victor goes a priceless treasure. The Colosseum Conundrum. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one? At the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. Alright, well, I went for over double the length as I was originally intending to tonight, but it was just too good to fucking stop. I was enthralled in the investigation, you know. Absolutely. Anyway, thanks everybody so much for watching if you still are. I'll be back on Wednesday with an actual full stream of Stormblood. We're getting back to the main story quest. Then on Thursday, Final Fantasy 16. Friday will probably be Pathfinder as usual. And I think that's it for the week. Might stream again on the weekend if I find time. Don't know yet. But regardless, if you enjoyed and want to catch more streams, the easiest way to do so is to do the thing everybody else tells you to do, because I hate doing the spiel. But regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed and have a good night. Bye-bye.